Hey, we always live Elvis.
If it's my big kid
And Teresa.
hey y'all, we're here today and real quick before we get started, a couple quick I got one big shout out to our great friend in Florida, William. We appreciate it. Boy, that Cracker Barrel breakfast was some kind of good this morning.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, and we appreciate it, buddy. Y'all, today we're going to do our version of, I guess, the review of the Christmas special at Graceland. And I guess to start it off, let me just say that, and Tracy, you join in because we're doing this together.
Yeah.
Uh, I thought that all the performers did a good job. However, like everybody else, there's just a couple that stood out to me, and of course Teresa's a little different on some things, and
Yeah.
just like
yeah.
everybody else. So we're going to kind of start. My first overall favorite is going to go to Post Malone. Devil in Disguise. I just, y'all, I don't know why, but it was something about the way that he did it. I really thought it was cool. The sound, the way he sang it. Uh, and I'm going to be honest, I had to ask Teresa who he was, as a lot of the entertainers there. Uh, I guess maybe I need to start getting caught up in today's music. But Post Malone, buddy, I think you did a fantastic job.
Okay, my number one was Blue Christmas by Kane Brown. I loved the setup, at the barn and the stables, the lighting, how it was and I loved how he sang it. You can definitely tell he's a country singer.
Yeah, and when we was watching it, we both talked about it was so cool the way they had posted Elvis up on
it was projected up. I love that.
And toward the end there, they sang it together.
Yeah.
Uh,
I did. I like that. He's my number one pick on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. My number two.
Go ahead.
Was Post Malone, "Devil in Disguise." Now, I thought it was just a little slow. To me, it was just a little slow when he said, "You're the devil in disguise." That part, I just like it when it's more aggressive.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
And the other thing I didn't like him jumping in the pool with the guitar. Because that's one of my pet peeves is when an artist destroys their instrument.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought that up because I know a lot of you's going to ask, and I've heard different views on it, and we all have our opinions, but me personally, I thought it was a cool ending. And two, I didn't take it as disrespectful at all.
Well, I'm not talking about the jumping in the pool was fine with me.
Yeah.
It was the instrument, the guitar, and it was ruined.
Well,
it's like this. It's like, okay, to me, when an artist does the piano or their guitar or one of their instruments and they smash it or put it in the water and drown
or
it.
hey, like Jerry Lee burned his piano.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But
I understand what you're saying. Let it go to charity or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It would be better for him to just give him the guitar and said, "Hey, the 200 and whatever for a visitor, let them give it to them, or something like that. Donate it to a high school or a music program."
Right.
It kind of, to me, it's like you're showing you have so much money, you don't care what that costs, and you will destroy it. Never mind, like Gladys saving money up just to get Elvis a guitar. There are probably a lot of parents out there doing that.
For me, we're kind of opposite on that.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he's still my number two song.
And
it's just that parts that I would have changed.
But with that, y'all, my number two was John Legend, and I really thought it was cool. And
he sang "Happy Christmas, War's Over."
To me, I could feel that it meant something to him to play Elvis's piano. And while I'm there, let me just say, I got the feeling from all the artists that it was, their tribute to Elvis, but it meant something to them. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I felt like they were all Elvis fans, Elvis family.
Yeah, I like the set. The set was beautiful.
Yeah,
and
but
he sang it good.
you know, John Legend. I mean, he's a very good artist anyway. So that was my second pick. Teresa?
My third pick, it was Casey Musgrave's "Can't Help Falling in Love," the last song. I know there are a lot of people, some people that don't like it. I liked it. I thought she sang it really nice. I liked the tempo of it, and I thought it was just awesome that she got in the pink Cadillac and drove down the driveway. The only thing that made it better would have been if Riley had got in the pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
And she had. There probably wouldn't have been room in the Cadillac, but it kind of would have been cool, too, as she went down the driveway, picking up each of the artists that sang. You know what I'm saying?
And hey, you know, you learn, but yeah, I you know, me and you talked about it. I think that would have been cool for her to do it.
Yeah.
However, it was done, you know, tastefully. And while we're at this point in it, you know, speaking of going down that driveway, y'all, it touched me. It brought back. I mean, different parts of the whole show, but we're speaking of this right now, and it just reminded me of you know, when I was a kid and a teenager, of during Christmas time at dark, pulling and driving up that driveway and going back down that driveway, and the thrill and just what come over me and what I felt, and it brought back, you know, it brought back those memories, and just it was kind of a good eerie. You know, I guess you could put it.
Well, speaking of those memories, it was great having seen the home movies and stuff. Didn't you make a cameo in one of those?
I did. Actually, I told Teresa, I said, "There's me." I'm so excited that was some of the home video, and that was me in the striped shirt in the back of the golf cart, and
tiny.
Yeah, and the other boy was Mark Lacker, and we were in the back of the golf cart, and I thought that was really cool that you know, she had put that in, or that was in it, so that really made my day.
So what's your third one?
My third one is, of course, Kane Brown, Blue Christmas, at the barn, and we talked about it on your pick. But as you said, I just thought, you know, I thought he did a good job on it, and once again, he's another one that made me feel that it meant something for him to be a part of that. And
that's one I would watch several times.
And as we repeat from the first time, it was so cool to have Elvis up on the
it was
the side of that barn, and then like I said, the ending to me was just they couldn't have made it any better of him and Elvis kind of singing together. So I thought that was fantastic.
This the whole thing reminded me of the Christmas specials back when we were kids. You know, the format of them, and I like that. Yeah, I did like that.
All in all, I mean, we all have our our opinions and views, and that's what's the great thing about it is, you're gonna have your likes, your dislikes, and of course, all we're speaking is for mine and Teresa's opinion, and how we felt about it. And all in all, I truly believe and feel that Riley's trying to do the right thing and make it better. Yeah. And for her first time of putting together something like that, I don't really see that she could have,
She did a good job.
Sure, we could go back and critique and
no, I wouldn't.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I have nothing, I thought it was good.
Oh, I did too.
For her first time, and that she did it.
Right.
For a Christmas thing for the fans and for the new ones coming up.
Yes.
Of course, it was kind of geared toward a younger, but that's the ones that are coming up.
I was fixing to get in that, but I'm glad you did. Y'all, I've me and Teresa has looked over, some of the comments of it and about it, and like I said, we all have our own, but let me just say this. Uh, you know, us older, and I include, and even older, our generation, we're what made Elvis and carried Elvis to this point. But we're not always going to be there, y'all. And just, I'm not trying to make you like it if you didn't like it. I'm just trying to give you a different point of view on it. The new generation in the future is where I feel that Riley is trying to carry it, and I think she's doing a good job so far at that. And I know, for instance, we all wanted to see, and hear more of Elvis and Elvis.
Yeah. I wish there had been more of Elvis.
To carry it in the way that she did honors Elvis, and it's going to help that new generation that we talk about. So that just gives you, to me, I want to throw out there another way to look at it. Like I said, not trying to change anybody's opinion. I know what ours are, and I truly enjoyed it.
Do you know what I wish Graceland would do every year now? At the very end, when they had Elvis projected up on Graceland, I wish that would be part of their Christmas lights.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, because you could see it from the road, and it would be awesome.
Yeah, and y'all, I can't. That was so cool. Let me say, because I know a lot of you are going to ask if we don't enter it. As Danielle said, and I think Danielle put it, and we're just going to touch on it a little bit. The Priscilla and Elvis much, but you do have to realize she was a part. She was Riley's grandmother, and that's, you got to remember, that's Riley's family, so that's going to be. But we're just like Mom and Daddy and Danielle. We felt the same way, and I think Danielle and their video EFM, I think she put it about as well as you can put it, and that's where we stand too.
Danielle did a really good job on her video.
She did.
If you haven't seen it, go over to EFM and watch it. She did a really good job by herself. She.
And y'all, let me just say this too. Danielle has been asked, and y'all that have seen the video, she answered a lot of personal questions that I really didn't think she would probably answer. And like she said, she's put them off, and she really didn't have to answer them. But my point being is, y'all make her feel comfortable enough and loved enough that she felt like she could speak to y'all and let y'all know. And I'm proud of her. I think
she did a good job.
I think she did a damn good job, and she was able to talk about it and maybe get some things built up off her chest. But as she said, and trust me, her and all our kids has had the best life that we could possibly give them. The same way as my mom and daddy. Like I've told y'all a million times, I was blessed and had Elvis as part of the family and got to live the life I did. But also my mom and daddy, past Elvis and growing up through life was the same way with us. We was always number one, and I guess that's the way it should be. But back to the Christmas special, y'all. Like I said,
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was a damn good job.
It was good.
Damn good job. I'm hoping that maybe that this is something that she will carry on each year.
Yes.
And I have no doubt in my mind that she will get and make it better and better each year for the Elvis family and you fans and excuse me, got choked. Like I said, we all like to say things. Send in your comments of maybe
what was your favorite performance.
What?
Ask.
Yeah.
Comment. What was your favorite performance?
Who was y'all's? And two, not on ours, but maybe if it's a place on, for the Graceland special, I'm sure Raleigh would love your comments of
your
what
feedback.
What you might like to see more of or a little less, and let her, let her tune it from there. But with that, y'all, that's our feelings on it, our review, whatever you want to call it. Hey, like Danielle said, with them, y'all keep sending your questions to us. We love it. And till then, remember,
we always live Elvis.